안녕하세요. 예스유학의 줄리엣 컨설턴트입니다. 이번에 제가 방문한 학교는 커네티컷 주의 아름다운 산 속에 자리한 인디언 마운틴 스쿨입니다. 학교로 올라가는 길부터 정말 특별했는데요. 푸른 나무와 넓은 언덕이 둘러싸인 캠퍼스는 마치 자연 속에 자리한 작은 마을 같았고, 도착하자마자 느껴지는 평화로움과 따뜻한 환영이 인상적이었습니다. 인디언 마운틴 스쿨은 1922년에 설립된 명문 보딩스쿨로 유치원부터 9학년까지 학생들이 다니며 5학년부터 기숙생활이 가능한 학교입니다. 약 250명의 학생들이 재학 중이며 교사 대 학생 비율은 1대4로 각 학생에게 세심한 관심과 개별적인 지도를 제공하고 있습니다. 한국 학생들에게 인디언 마운틴 스쿨이 특별한 이유가 또 있는데요. 바로 한국계 미국인인 리사 산 교장 선생님이 계시다는 점입니다. 올해 7월부터 교장이 되신 리사 산 선생님은 인디언 마운틴 스쿨을 모든 학생들이 도전하고 영감을 받으며 충분한 지원을 누릴 수 있는 배움터로 만들겠다고 약속하셨습니다. 한국 학생들을 누구보다 잘 이해하신 리사 산 교장 선생님과 함께 우리 아이들이 잘 성장할 수 있는 따뜻한 커뮤니티가 될 수 있기를 기대해 봅니다. 인디언 마운틴 스쿨의 교육 철학은 바로 Regardless of who you are and how you learn, our community is better because you are a part of it. 즉, 당신이 누구이든 어떤 방식으로 배우든 당신이 이 공동체의 일부라는 사실 자체가 학교를 더 나은 곳으로 만든다는 의미입니다. 안녕하세요 여러분. 이제 럼지 홀 학교 투어를 마치고 이제 IMS로 도착을 했습니다. 이렇게 학교가 있고요. 지금 막 학교 도착해서 1시에 미팅이 있어서 조금 쉬었다가 바로 담당자분이랑 미팅 들어가겠습니다.
One common room, and we've made an effort over the last 5 to 7 years to make sure that they all have matching furniture so that it doesn't feel so different from one dorm to the next. Every dorm has a television, some type of refrigerator, a little kitchenette area so that students can make food or snacks in the dorm.
Maybe like some kids who have like iPad and MacBooks, their personal ones, they keep them in there too. Upton has like a luggage storing thing in the hallway so everybody can store their luggages. Here. This is my roommate's side. This is her closet, her drawers, her bed, and her desk. We have drawers under the bed as well. And this is my side. That's my desk.
This is where you study, do hard work.
Yeah, I do everything there. And this is my bed, and there's like drawers underneath, so I could also store down there. This is my drawer, and this is my closet. Yeah.
So this is the harvest hub, and we also have an upper dining commons in here, which you didn't really see. So all of our 9th graders are up in this upper level. And then this kind of links this part of the building. So we have our Performing Arts Center up top. This used to be just outdoor courtyard space, but it's nice to have the two connected. So if we're doing some type of event in the PAC, we can have like a little reception here and then the upper dining commons, and it all flows nicely with the student center as well. Different lookout points. Have you ever hiked to the top of the mountain?
Yeah.
I mean, to the clearing, definitely,
yeah.
but even beyond that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So it's a great resource. We have 2 ponds down there, so kids can fish in them if they really want to.
I caught a snake once.
Oh my gosh! Using what?
Like a net?
Thank you.
So this actually used to be our gymnasium. It was a basketball court, which you can probably tell.
Yeah.
And so when we opened our new athletic center, our field house, we were able to begin construction on this space. And so one of the priorities was to have the tiered seating. It opens or retracts and closes in like 2 minutes. You just hit a button and it can go close or open. So we'll do different events in here as well beyond just morning meeting. We do some of our secondary school admission fairs in here. So for our 9th graders who are looking to apply out, they can meet with representatives from those schools. We of course do our performing arts productions in here. So we have 2 major productions a year and then some smaller ones as well. And then everyone has an assigned seat. So this is where we start the morning every day.
The 8s together in the middle, the 5th and 6th are on that side. Yeah.
And we have a very unique birthday song.
Oh yeah, we have birthdays. At the end of the week, we call out everyone who had their birthday in the week, and then they will stand there.
Do you like that change?
Yeah,
That
it's
just
like
once
better.
a week?
Yeah.
We used to do it on the actual day, so everyone would go up and you might be the only one with a birthday, but now they do it once a week. This is the Falcon, Freddie the Falcon, our mascot. I don't know, it's not catching on. I'd heard that people were gonna start doing that for good luck, you know, like at Hotchkiss they do the bear cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and also in Harvard,
They do that too?
The foot.
the foot, yeah.
We'll see. We'll be able to tell when the nose starts turning
Turning,
different color.
yeah.
But this is really exciting for a junior boarding school to have a turf field. We're thrilled to have it. We opened it in 22, which marked the centennial of the school. So IMS just celebrated 100 years, which is amazing. And behind it is Indian Mountain. You can kind of get a better view. And
There's like a golf place under the turf as well.
excellent point. So we do have a golf green on campus with a few different locations to tee off from. And then for a golf team, we use Hotchkiss. They have a 9-hole course. We had 1 gymnasium before, and now we have the 2 courts. So volleyball in the fall, basketball in the winter, and then it's kind of a nice flex space for teams in the spring if it's like a rainy day or something like that.
Yeah, boys lacrosse do like lacrosse events.
Yeah, and you don't want to mess around when they're like throwing things around down there. And then we also had the bleachers as an addition to the space, which is awesome. So if it's like a home basketball or volleyball game, they might pull them over so you can watch on this side. But we also will do school-wide events in here. This is a great resource for students. Faculty obviously use it as well. And then any parents who are in the area, if they wanted to come and like hop on the Peloton, it's nice to have. We can have everyone practice at the exact same time because we use our facilities here and we also use Hotchkiss. So we actually flip our schedule in the winter and do sports in the morning and then the academic day. The nice thing about that is that our day for boarders and day students, fall, winter, and spring, starts at 8 o'clock and ends at 5 o'clock. Some schools, because of winter sports in the winter, have to start at 8 and go until even 7 o'clock because of practice time, so we're really lucky. It also allows us to have not only basketball and squash, but also ice hockey, a swim team, and we go up to Catamount for our ski program. So we have both ski racing and rec ski. So for students who say like, this is so cool, I can go skiing every day, they might want to do that as just something a little bit different. So this is the Student Center. It is home to our art department as well as part of our music department. So these are 2 7 through 9 art classes, and then we have a 5th, 6th art class in our makerspace. up here. So all of our art classes meet in here, but we also have a number of elective programs and clubs that use these spaces. So what are you in any of the electives over here?
I'm not. I'm theater elective.
Okay.
My friend does large sculpture making, and I don't know what she does, but I guess she makes large sculptures in here.
I feel like if we come back here in like 2 weeks even, it will look so different just from all the student artwork. There is student artwork, so it's a really great way for students to kind of showcase their project. And then this is our makerspace, which again is home to some different classes. So our 5th and 6th graders take STEAM classes that are kind of based out of here, but then we also run a number of electives. So robotics, 3D printing, we have a laser engraver, 3D printers. So kids can work in all of these spaces, both the art rooms and this space, through the academic day, whether it's for a class or an elective or class. So this is kind of the space that gives this building its name, right? The Student Center, and this is where kids hang out. It's kind of a 9th grade privilege throughout the academic day, so they come here during recess and in free time. But then boarders will use all of this on the weekends.
Yeah, we usually like make cookies here or like s'mores and stuff.
Part of the dining hall in the brick part of the building is where our ensemble groups meet. So, depending on the instrument you play, you may be based out of that space or over here. Okay. The whole building, for the most part, is connected. We'll go to a few other buildings that are not connected directly, but the main kind of core classes all meet in this building, which is nice in the winter and on a rainy day. So students all have these lockers. You can see kids will put like their schedule, book bag, and then everyone has a MacBook computer, and of course their book, so it easily fits in here. And they are arranged by advisory. So each student has a faculty advisor. Groups range anywhere from 4 to 7, and they're co-ed. So they're by grade, but co-ed within the grade.
So this is the admissions office building.
Yes, and our head of school's office is behind us. We have director of secondary school advising right in here, so you can see all the flags. We have our director of best life right here.
Very cool.
And then director of equity, inclusion, and belonging here. So kind of all of those main administrators along this hallway. And then this is also our foreign language kind of department. So we have Chinese, we have a Spanish classroom, and then we have a Latin classroom at the end of the hall. We'll go down. So this is our campus library. It also is home to a few classrooms on either side, as well as academic support kind of on the far side. So students come in here for a number of different reasons, but they can also come in and check out a book. So some classes will use it for research.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Charles Brown. I'm the Director of Admissions here at Indian Mountain School. pleasure to have Juliet here from 예스유학, which is a wonderful organization that we are really excited to continue our partnership with. I have been here at Indian Mountain on and off for the better part of 20 years. I came here right out of college, coaching, teaching, running a dorm, did some admissions work, moved down to New York City, started a family, was out in Philadelphia, did some other schools, and have come full circle back to Indian Mountain. It's been about 7 years now. My entire family is here. Well, my wife works at Hotchkiss, but all three of the girls are here in 6th, 3rd, and 2nd grade. And it's just a wonderful place. This is the place that I want to raise my family. I believe in a lot of the things I'm sure that Juliet's going to ask me about, and it's just a pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you. 우리 철원 선생님이 IMS Director of Enrollment이시고 이제 곧 인터뷰를 진행을 해보겠습니다. Okay. Are you ready, Charles?
I'm ready.
If you had to capture your school's energy in 3 words, what would they be? And can you give me a snapshot of what?
Sure. You alluded a little bit to it, Juliet, but I think that there is a sense of inclusion here, a sense of warmth, and then perhaps to take it a step past energy, there's rigor. This is a place at its core of learning. It's a pre-prep institution. We're preparing kids for some of the best secondary schools in the country. So you can sort of feel that intense academic yearning and energy, but you can also feel the warmth and the inclusion. I mentioned coming back to Indian Mountain after being at 3 or 4 other schools, and it's because of that good, positive academic energy as well as warmth and inclusion.
Thank you. We always tell families that finding the right school is about more than rankings or facilities. It's about the feeling and the fit. What is something about IMS, whether it's a value, tradition, approach, or mindset that genuinely sets it apart from the other junior boarding schools?
Sure. I think that what makes us unique is our school motto, life through service. So the idea there is not just community service to the greater community, which we're doing in local food pantries and food drives and Tree of Warmth at the holiday, toy drives at the holiday, cancer awareness in October every year where our kids are wearing pink in all their games to raise money for cancer research. That is all very important. But it's really within our own community, the notion life through service being part of something greater than yourself. No time I think in our history than right now where this is more important for these kids with technology coming at them from every angle to sort of just back up and understand that the importance of being in a community, doing service to the community. I think the one quote that always comes to mind here, Juliet, is to whom much is given, much is expected. It is a privilege to be here, and so kids need to realize that and give back to this community. And so that's sort of how the circle of life works at Indian Mountain that makes it so special.
I believe that IMS is the first boarding school to go free technology.
Phone free.
Phone free.
Yeah. Just the phone-free policy.
Phone-free policy
Yeah.
method.
Yeah.
Could you tell us more about that
Sure.
and the method or
Yeah.
the reason behind
Of course.
this approach?
Yeah, and I'm going to cite that. So I believe that there are 11 junior boarding schools. We all have technology policies. Laptops can't be in the room at night. Cell phones can't be in the rooms at night. They have to turn them in at a certain time. They can't have them during the academic day. What we have done, Juliet, is taken it a step further in that when you arrive on campus at the beginning of the year, you turn your phone in and you're not getting it back till you leave in October for Parents Weekend. There are some slight exceptions for leadership and 9th grade as we roll out this policy, sort of that carrot you can dangle where kids might have access. But I'm going to tell you that the research is already in and that it works. We have on the dorm board game clubs. So kids are playing board games at night because they don't have their phone. And there's a study that our Dean of Students often cites, and I cite when talking to kids. They asked, and this was a group of US kids, Juliet, but they asked, or American kids, they asked, what is the value of your phone? Meaning, how much money would I have to give you per day to take your phone? What do you think the average amount was for a 11, 12, 13-year-old? $20?
50?
80.
Oh.
Okay, $80. You can have my phone every day if you give me $80 at the beginning of every day. And if for every day you have it, you give me 80 more. What do you think the amount was when they asked a group of kids? So I'm going to take all of your phones at once. What do you think the amount was?
For free? Or no?
So, sorry?
Uh,
Oh, no, say it again.
for free?
Yeah, 0.
Oh, really?
For free. You can, and here, because it's not about the phone, Julia, and it's not about what the phone can do. It's about missing out. So if you have a phone and I don't have a phone, then I don't feel like I'm a part of.
Yeah.
But if we all don't have our phones, then who cares? And so we have 115 kids right now without their phones. And while they're here, that works. And it works really well. And so when the Dean of Students came to me and said, are you sure about this with the admissions process? I said, yeah, we're gonna double down. We're gonna hedge our bets. We're playing the long game. If a student comes through and knows they can't have their student, there's a perspective, one of your clients maybe, knows they can't have their phone at IMS, but they can go down the road to another school and have their phone, and they're making the decision, then I'm gonna lose that family. I'm gonna lose that kid. But I'm willing to bet that in a couple years, I'll end up gaining more families. And I just know as a parent, it's the right thing to do. The pendulum is swinging out of control a little bit, and we have an obligation really to these kids, and they respond to it. And they actually, one girl, I don't want to talk forever on this, but she came and she showed up and she said, but wait, I have a 500-day streak on whatever that means. Yeah. And we were like, well, it's over. Yeah. And she was like, but I mentioned that, Juliet, because there was a relief. Like, oh my God, I don't have to do 700. Like, it's something they had to do every day. Like, we have to do stuff for our job. It was their job to keep the streak going, and just put it down, walk away, be a kid. I think that's what we can do here, is we can keep kids longer. And in 2025, I don't care if you're in Seoul, LA, Lakeville, it's important.
Every school has a mission statement, but how that mission actually shows up in daily life is what really, really matters. Could you share how IMS's core values or mission are lived out by students and teachers on a normal day? Sure.
The name of our strategic plan 2 strategic plans ago was called The Courage to Climb. We liked that so much that our most recent strategic plan was The Courage to Climb Higher, and we're due for another one pretty soon here, and maybe it's The Courage to Climb the Highest, right? It just really embodies everything we do as middle school educators. Yes, we have pre-K through 4 on another campus, but here the core, our boarding department, our kids 6 through 9, this is a safe place to take risks, to, dare I say, fail. I know that's a scary word in a lot of educational communities or parent communities, but every great leader, from global tycoons to prime ministers to whomever, Fortune 500 companies, they will tell you that it was their crucible, it was their failure that made them a better leader. So we want to teach that right out of the gates, right here at Indian Mountain. And we have a safety net where we help them, and I don't mean failing math, I mean trying cross country and not being a runner and maybe not being able to finish races, but then believing in yourself and overcoming that obstacle, or playing a new instrument, or trying out for the play. You've never been in theater, and you're not going to get laughed at. This is a safe place for athletes to be theater stars, and to stumble along the way. I think it really prepares them for what's next.
Thank you.
Look forward to having you all on campus, hopefully, and please don't hesitate to reach out and find me and ask me some of your own questions.
Bye.